were laughing like before we started recording about the funny things our parents or grandparents have said. Like, of course, my mom always says, if you don't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say anything, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sure. And
Sorry.
Thanks, Hunter.
God.
I
apologize.
Hun, you're good. But then I have to think about, when I listen to this song on this record about your mom and for your mom.
Yeah.
When you first played that, I know I'm getting emotional thinking about it. But first of all, I was like, I need to write a letter to my mother and tell her how I feel, because I think the older I get, the more precious my time with her becomes. But even as we're talking about like funny things our moms say, like I have to imagine, as sassy as it sounds like your mother is, there's probably some hilarious things that she says on a regular basis.
I mean, I don't know what your listenership is like. I don't, whatever it is,
They've heard a lot.
Great. But this story is priceless. That when I first played this song for my mom, I put headphones on her, and I said, "Hey, I wrote you this song. I want you to hear it." And so she's got the headphones on. When you're wearing headphones, you just talk louder than you could ever imagine, And so the first verse goes by and she's listening, and then the second verse starts, and her and my dad didn't stay together, and after I left home, and so the second verse starts. "Well, I'm sorry I was selfish. Just chalk it up to youth," and she goes, "You weren't selfish. You were sweet." She's just talking as she hears these words go by. I'm just crying, laughing over there. And then a little later in that verse, it says, "And I'm sorry things didn't work out for you and my old man." She goes, "That son of a bitch." So, it was awesome.
Honesty.
It was just so brutally, refreshingly honest.
It's like the director's cut, when they're like having audio commentary. That would be.
Yeah. And then she didn't really make the connection that it was me playing the dobro at the end of the song and the solo and stuff. And the reason I did that was because the handful of times that my mom would get interviewed or she would talk about my music, she said, you've done a lot of neat things. She said, but my favorite thing that you ever did was the way you played the dobro. I always loved the way you played the dobro, and I don't play anymore. I basically quit many, many years ago, and I recorded this song, and I go, well, hell, I've got to play a dobro solo.
Well,
It's
yeah.
only possible, so I just reluctantly got it out and tuned it up and go, oh, this is going to be brutal, and it's just going to take days for me and Matt to get this together, and that's why I did it, because it was her favorite thing for a long time that I did, and I was really proud of how it came out. It was way beyond my expectations, I can tell you that. But just because I kept it simple and sparse and emotional, it was just right.